The bed emoji shows the low standards emoji designers have. We can do better than this. And that. It's like they're meeting the minimum comfort requirements. Maybe it's privileged to have a big bed, but in emoji beds we can dream big. The side-on view looks really boxed in, so I'm choosing algae. When you put a person in these beds, it becomes the person in bed. And they are just in those same pokey beds. We've not had much call to consider the bodily proportions of an emoji person yet, but now we have to wonder if they're really stubby or just a bunch of coal or completely flat outside of their head like a lollipop. Facebook did best. You might end up sleeping out in the tent, and if you do that, it might be best to pick one that's a tent and not some diagram about right angles, or you got your origami frog wrong, or pyramids. These are pyramids that used to be shacks. Go for apple. But I hear you not ask, who goes to bed? Well, the tired. Tiredness is a universal, constant emotion, and yet the emoji for it more closely resembles cringe or pain or distress. Only Mozilla's Lemonhead looks specifically tired by being yawnful, but it's horrible, and yawn is now its own emoji. We'll get to that. In the animated days, this was a face where the eyes get into a fight. The best version of whatever this emoji is Samsung. The yawning face shows someone about to eat their hand. This is the only emoji that can make other emojis yawn. It can also make the viewer yawn, so this is a pretty good way to troll people from afar. If you're yawning right now, welcome to Mixed Emoji. Don't forget to wear your yawning glove, or instead you could just do a kind of tee-hee-hee laugh like a schoolgirl who's richer than you. Samsung have got this one, but what of the weary? This one's more like it. It's weird that that the teeth droop with the mouth. I can't get mine to do that, or I can, but they don't go back in afterwards. I think OpenMoji's emoji model is just refusing to participate in the photo shoot like us in our childhoods. The old animated one is the unveiling of a secret door that Kirby can go through for some bonus items. The best weary as messengers. The sleepy face is also known as a side tear by people who don't understand things. See, when you're asleep, a bubble comes out of your nose. I'm not sure how we know this, as nobody can see themselves when asleep, but we just have to trust science. You do gotta be careful to make it not look like a clown nose. The snot bubble is just the Japanese equivalent of our Zs, as something around the face that indicates sleep. As emoji faces tend not to have noses, it has often become the side tier. I bet most of these designers just kind of traced Apple without knowing what they were showing, and that's why Twitter's is so sad. The animated one is about to sneeze. Now, when someone really blows a sleepy snot bubble, it inflates and deflates and doesn't buck to gravity, so I've got to say Facebook. There are some different interpretations of how sleepy Zs work. Again, we cannot know how Zs actually manifest, as we never actually see a sleeping person, but emoji designers generally agree that it's a kind of unconscious thought. It's probably blue, it extends from the brain, each bedhead Z gradually increasing in size, but it doesn't get very far from the head. Some of these can look like it's got 3 ziggly strands of hair, like a punk rock Homer Simpson. Algae have taken a different approach with flat, brown, dreamless sleep. This is sleep on antidepressants. The square layout and imitation of Apple have led to a lot of these Zs not actually rising. The largest one dips down again, and that's nothing like in real life. All of the designs suffer from crampedness, with the Zs often originating from the third eye. I'ma say joypicks. Joypicks. The Zs by themselves really don't say much, but they ought to be increasing in size as they arc up in altitude, but as they go up, they should also get lighter because they're fading out. Because if they didn't fade out, the whole world would be polluted with monstrous Zs every night. Wait, is that how we get lightning? So, algae's is best, but look how SoftBank really slept on this one. As the Zs rise, they get less Zedy. It just becomes 3 lines that kind of happen to overlap. In Japan, it's boring and flat, but in the animated days we had some actual great work. It's moving stuff. Not everyone sleeps alone, I've heard. Sometimes there's a teddy bear. And that can be a fresh, brand new teddy, or just a fursuit armchair kink toy, or the kind that just sits on a shelf forever with its little bow, and people pay loads for it, but never quite extract its true value of cuddles. Or there's this posture that's between curious and inappropriate, and JPixels really should have kept the old one. OpenMoji tried to draw theirs using only the circle tool, and it's pathetic. And Emojipedia have this mouse kangaroo who doesn't have fluff, just skin or dough. It looks like a middle-aged person who's trying to retain the aesthetic of a young person, and I'm offended. A good bear needs to be cuddly, have a bit of limb dexterity without being those rigid, rotating robot arms, and look friendly without looking like it was manufactured to look friendly like it was. Another important point is being able to distinguish a teddy bear from a very stylized portrayal of a bear. Or we'd have communication issues, like if you're using an emoji to warn about a bear attack, an actual bear attack, and you accidentally say teddy bear and they welcome it and then they're dead and it's all on you or an emoji designer. So, Apple. I've been told that people sleep at night, so I thought I'd throw this one in. It's a difficult one because night is gonna be dark, but if you color in a square background on an emoji, it becomes a worse thing. Algae show the night sky above Cheeseland, and there's some nice representation for the Ottoman Empire. Back in animated days, the stars shot down like once every second. It made it quite hard to sleep. Google's is best. Sleep ends with an alarm clock. But these clocks seem to be presented in some ancient circular format and not as like a phone app. AUs used to be a cute little golden bug. Look, Messenger, get this. If you liked this video, you like videos, don't you?